So I'm really happy to be here, and I'm happy to be sharing this with you. And my passion is really to help businesses scale. And digital marketing is a great platform. I've been in marketing for more than 15 years. And the area I chose to focus on is digital marketing because of the potential that I see in helping businesses grow. And it's something that you can do irrespective. You don't need to have a marketing degree. You don't need to have, a team of consultants. You can actually learn how to do it yourself. So in line with what Lucy just mentioned around awakening self and limiting beliefs, a lot of entrepreneurs have this limiting belief that they are not good at digital marketing. But it's funny that every time I'm talking to somebody who says, I'm not very good at digital marketing, they are such a vibrant person. They're such a great salesperson. And that really, like, if you know how to sell your product, if you know how to make it, if you have a passion for changing lives and making an impact, then you're already halfway there. Like, the only thing I can now show you is how do you structure this in a way that will help you get the results that you want. And then how do we measure it and keep improving over time? And how do we take it to the next level? So that I can show you. But the thing that you bring to your business, that love, that energy, that love for your customers, that wanting to create an impact, that gets you already halfway there. So if you're one of those people who thinks, oh, I don't know what to do with my social media, I'm not very good on social media, compared to who? There's no one better at promoting your business than you. So if you're thinking it's compared to someone who posts pictures of everything they eat and do every day, and they have a lot of followers, don't compare yourself to that. Compare yourself to the person who can sell your product the best.
Hold on, Jacqui. Just hold on, Jacqui. Yeah. You're telling me that I should not compare myself to them, yet they are clearly commanding the space that they're in, and they're just using digital marketing to leverage their businesses. I'm in awe of them because they keep on having this content that they're putting up. They're moving. They've got numbers. The other day, Jacqui, I have to share this with you. I was celebrating my success because in one of the things that I talk about in life coaching is you need to be able to give yourself a pat on the back and physically take your right hand and do that. And so what I did is I recognized the fact that I had a goal that by December I will have, and listen to me, and no laughing, because this is my dream and my dreams are valid. My dreams are valid. I had a goal that by 31st of December, I was going to have 500 likes. That was my metric. That was basically on Facebook. I was going to go through the metrics and see 500 likes. I was going to say, yes, 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 in just 6 months. This is what I've achieved. Hello, come December, I was nowhere near 500. But a week and a half ago, I hit my 500 mark. And therefore, I took that moment and I celebrated it. And I know as we're talking about this limiting beliefs, there was that voice that came in and said, 500 likes, Lucy, seriously? There are guys who are posting, and just one post gets 500 likes. And your entire Facebook page has got 500 likes, and you're harping on about it. So as you're just marinating that, I want to recognize Nancy, who has joined us. Hi, Nancy. Welcome back. It's so good to always have you here. Thank you for the support. Faith Mburu. Faith, great to see you. Karibu sana.
Oh
Faith,
my gosh, Faith is one of my students. Oh, is that nice. Faith? Yeah, that is
fantastic. So Faith, if you already knowing Jacqui, then the expectation is high from you, Faith. Your questions need to be on point. We need to be able to get as much as we can in this hour. And because you know Jacqui, please ask her those questions that can help everybody else on the platform. And then we've got Febronia Opondo. Febi, you're back. Thank you so much. It's been a minute. It's good to see you. And Febi, I do know that you are running a business, and here you have got a guru with us today. If you do not take this opportunity, Febi, forever hold your peace. Do not say you are not given the opportunity. Yeah. So Femi, feel free. And Jacqui will be sharing her contacts here and now. And even after the show, she'll be sharing that with me and I will be putting them there so that you can be able to follow her. You can be able to go onto her courses, the sessions. She's just amazing. I mean, I'm on her email marketing list. And then there's something that she said today. I really feel like boxing her because she's really thrown a spanner into my works. But wow, I just love it. She's got me thinking for unrealistic goals, but we'll get there another day. So back to measurement, Jacqui. You're telling me that I should not be paying attention to that individual who is posting things about what they're eating or what they're doing and has got so many followers. That is my dream. That is my role model, Jacqui. Talk to me.
Let me ask a question that I would ask anybody who comes to me and tells me they want to get a lot of likes,
Yes.
and they want to get a lot of followers.
Did
you build, unless you own the Facebook platform or the Twitter platform or whichever social media you prefer to use, yes, is your objective getting customers into your business or getting people to just like you but never buy from you? Because if you're just trying to get people who like you could put topless pictures online and you'll get a lot of people to like you and follow you, but they're following you for the wrong reasons. If you really want to make an impact in your business, if you want to spread your message, then you want to count the people who are your tribe, the people who put their hands up and say, you know what, Lucy, I want to buy into your program. I want to work with you. I want you to get me unstuck. That should be the metric that you're using. So the person who's posting pictures about breakfast and whatever it is they're doing every 5 minutes, that person, that's fine. They're building a following of people who like them. But for you as a business owner, you should be looking at what is coming. What results are you getting out of what it is that you're actually putting out? Are you getting people who are resonating with your message? Are you getting more people who are signing up for your email list? What results are you actually getting from this, as opposed to just looking at increasing the number of people who follow you? So, yeah, let me know in the comments. Yeah, let me know. Let us know.
Guys, you heard her.
Agree and what you think about it.
You so heard her. She put me down on that one, guys. Is it about those likes that you want? Are you hearing that message? You know, and for me, Jacqui, I pull out something that I deal with when I am doing my Lady in Waiting series with the young girls, and it's about validation. And it's the same question that I asked them about the likes. They want to have the likes on social media because that way they feel that people are honoring them.
Validating.
So it's validation. And I say, girls, the validation, there's something that is missing in your life, you know, and that is why you're coming and looking for it in social media. You don't know that other person on the other side. You don't know their story yet. In the room where you're seated right now, taking this particular session I'm taking you through, there's somebody that you know very well. That's the person you should be having a relationship with. So I encourage you, when you're in a room with people, young lady, don't be on your phone the entire time, talking to people who are not in the room. Engage with the person who's in the room with you. Show them the person that you are. Grow. Understand what your core values are. And you will find the need for validation, the likes, will be going slowly out of the window. It's hard for them to be able to make that shift in their mind to have a different narrative. But yeah, that's one validation.
Can I give anyone who's listening a tip that can help them around that validation part?
Please, yes.
So I want you to do something for the next 1 week, yeah? I want you to go in front of the mirror every time you're brushing your teeth. Like when you wake up in the morning, you know, hopefully there's a door in the bathroom, so you're the only one in that bathroom, and you're brushing your teeth in the morning. I want you to look in the mirror and just tell yourself that you love yourself. Like look yourself in the eye and tell yourself that you love yourself 10 times. Do that for a week and tell me how much more validation you need from outside.
I love it. That is so simple. That's such a simple tip. And that affirmation every morning will just make a change. It will shift. Even when you step out of that house, Jacqui, you know, you're feeling like you've pumped yourself up, not Kentucky with the chest that has really become big, you know?
You know, the thing with anything you want to do and anything that you want to improve, it's important to have tools that can really help you. So that's a tool that I've given you. When it comes to digital marketing, there are tools that you also want to use that will help you leverage social marketing. You have to take action. And these tools really help to guide you because they help to structure how you're doing things. That's why I said just one simple thing, and that's one tool that you now have in your toolbox. And it's amazing how much it will work to like make you feel better about yourself and require less validation from the outside. So
you've heard it there. You've heard it there, guys. She's already dropping nuggets. Validation. It's got to be self-validation. Remember, Tuesday talks at 3 are usually about you and your personal development. What are you walking away with when you leave this particular session? How are you feeling about yourself? Are you now introspecting? What are you thinking? What are you going to change today? What are you going to continue doing or stop doing or start doing today? So Faith says, hi, Jacqui and Lucy. And Feby says, oh, Jacqui. Feby says, I joined her course, then I dropped. Okay, you know, now you cannot put a statement like that and then not qualify.
What's the name of the person?
Her name is Febronia Opondo. Feby, do you just want to tell us why?
She probably attended the web class. I don't have a Febronia who's ever attended my program.
Oh, you don't, hey. Tell us why you joined. What were you seeking? Were you seeking digital marketing, or were you looking for something else, then you found that actually you had gone to a different platform? Just share with us. Jacqui is here and she will be able to guide you to the right path. This is her world. She said 15 years. If you want hospitality, you come to me. Mine has been 30 years. So I'm not going to talk about the ages at this point. I'm not talking about age. Omondi Odero Daniel, Karibu Sana. We've got Rosemary Odima. Great to see you, Rosemary. Rosemary, we do hope the sun is shining in your part of the country and that you've got questions on digital marketing. I know that you have been given a great position in an institution, and marketing, digital marketing is something, or digital marketing transformation is something that you need to bring. And I cannot say it enough times. Jacqui Mwangi is here and we'll be dropping her contacts there for you. You can benefit.
Actually, let me add something, because Febronia, I've just realized that has given me an idea. So every so often I hold webinars on digital marketing, and these webinars are free. So I share tips and things that you can do to improve your digital marketing. So Lucy, if you could share the link with the people who are here on the chat, because then you can also attend that. I know right now we'll only be able to cover so much, but I would love for you to attend that training and get a number of things that you can actually start to apply today in your digital marketing. So that link will take you to our webinars, select the time the next session is happening. And then at the end of that session, I have a special offer for you. So you get to see that at the end. And I'm thinking that's probably what Febronia attended, like the free web class. Because I would remember a name like Febronia definitely on one of my courses. So it's really like the thing that I always say when it comes to running a business, you have to get comfortable with taking action. And sometimes the action that you have to take is not going to be very comfortable. Sometimes we get uncomfortable with it, but if you're building a business and you want to be in it long term, you're going to have to get uncomfortable with doing things that sometimes you're not in the mood of doing. You have to push through. So I share a lot of tips, and I'll be sharing a lot more with you as well today. But I need you to take action, because if you procrastinate and you just keep procrastinating, then you keep getting all this information and collecting all these insights, all these beautiful gems, but you never let them see the light of day. It's like you've got all this gold sitting in your basement, but you never share it. You never show anybody that you even know it. So no one even knows that you know it, because perhaps your Facebook page still looks dull and unattractive. So you really have to get comfortable with taking uncomfortable action and make those steps towards improving your marketing. So if it's steps like don't drop off a course, or don't drop off a webinar and not apply, or just attend, write things in a notebook and then never apply them, like that will not help you. The trick and the thing that really helps any entrepreneur succeed is that they're action takers. So I want to ask that whatever Lucy and I will be sharing with you today, take action. Like, don't just pack it. When you pack it, no one knows. It doesn't see the light of day. It doesn't help you or anybody else. Use it. If it doesn't work for you, tweak it. See what works, see what doesn't work, discard what doesn't work, use what works, grow your business. That's why I'm here. Like, I love to see businesses grow. I want to see businesses flourish. There's no reason why you should be stuck not making any sales, not having any customers, and you have the internet. Like, if you have an internet connection, seriously, like, I can show you how to get in front of the right people, but you have to take the action and actually get in front of the right people, right?
I agree.
So I want to really encourage you, whatever it is that you learn, put it to use, practice it, even in little ways every day. Like, that will go such a long way into helping you succeed, into helping you become better as a person, as a business owner. But you have to put it to use. And it reminds me of something that was really funny. Like, growing up, and I never understood that this would come to serve me today. But growing up, I was always the kind of person who, if I buy something or something is bought for me, like sometimes I would sleep in new clothes. As in, I would be so excited about getting something new that I would have to use it that day, the next day, or like it sleeps by my bedside. Because I want to utilize it as quickly as possible. Now, as an adult, I learned that that's actually a good thing. Because when you use something, if you have any clothes in your closet that you've never worn, chances are you bought them, then put them up and you never really looked at them. But if you purpose to buy something and then wear it the next day or that week, that, like, you will definitely utilize it. So it's the same thing even with knowledge. When you learn new things, when you learn anything, you have to use it. Like, purpose to use it as soon as possible. If you learn a new word, vocabulary, purpose to throw it into your next text message or the next conversation, even if it doesn't make sense. You're just like, you know what? Jacqui told me to do this. I'm gonna do it.
You just purpose to use it. Just drop it in there.
Yeah, because once you use it, you start to build these neural pathways in your brain, and it increases the chances of you using it again, you remembering it. If you never use it, it just goes and it gets packed and it never really sees the light of day. And that's not what we want.
I need to jump onto this one. Jacqui, I'm going to come back to that because I also want to talk about customers, online customers and fan base. We've got Mwangi Odero Daniel who asks, is this only for women? And he's got, that emoji that does like this.
Yeah.
Only for women. And no. This is for business owners, people who want to be able to leverage their digital marketing effectively. You are in the right place, Amondi. It's just that Lucy here, I am a life coach. And I specifically am an expert in helping women get unstuck. But my guest is Jacqui Mwangi. And Jacqui's just amazing in this space. So men and women, most welcome. So don't you go away. I'm watching you. Don't go away because I can see you here on my thread. And you say, Jacqui, you are cracking me up. Your excitement is so refreshing. Thank you for staying on Mwangi Odero. Daniel, thank you so much.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel, ask me a question on digital marketing. Let me hear questions. I'm sharing these things with you, but perhaps you're at a stage in your business where you're like, no, but Jacqui, I'm starting with 0 people. I don't even know whether to set up on Facebook. Is it Instagram, Snapchat, Clubhouse? Like, which one do I go to? Ask me a question that I can then use this time to benefit you.
Thank you so much for that. Did you hear that, Omondi? And it's not only to you, it's everybody else who is actually with us today. And I can just go through here and just see who is here. Guys, we have opportunities here to leverage digital marketing effectively. What is it that you're doing? Have there been any successes or any drawbacks that you have experienced? And we can ask Jacqui. What I ask you to do is to share, because your story will help somebody else. I would also love to know what kind of personal development that she would advise to help me embrace digital marketing even more. But before we get there and to customers, I'm getting ahead of myself. There is, Febronia has come back and said that, whoa, Febronia, today is just shots fired from you. Today you are saying, at this point you're saying, I was not ready for the speed. That is when I joined yours, and I am now ready to join. What are you saying, Febronia?
No, it's okay, Lucy. I think Febronia's message is valid. You know what I love about you, Febronia, is that, you know, it takes a lot of introspection for you to know when you're ready for something and when you're not. So I totally applaud you. I think it's a beautiful thing when you understand yourself in that way, because I think sometimes, so whether it's something around fear or something around just having too many things and saying, you know, because sometimes you need to do that. Like you need to unpack some things to make room for others. Yes. So it's a beautiful thing, I think, Febronia. So I commend you for that.
And I would also like to just appreciate her for her vulnerability and coming out and saying it. It's not many people who would come on a platform like this and say, I dropped out, and because now I am ready to get back on it. I am happy, Febi, that I have been able to be your stepping stone to get to the next level, because like I said, she is the guru on this. And I'm happy that you came for my Awakening Self program, and it was able to put you in a position you to be able now to be ready to go back to Jacqui, and you will not be disappointed. So we have a question here for you, and I'm going to jump into customers very soon. Herin, great to see you here. You're tuned in. There's a great conversation. Asante sana, Herin. Please drop questions. We love the likes and the we were told off about likes right in the beginning, but we want you to we want you to engage. Ask us the questions. Let Jacqui be able to share with you her expertise. Omondi has come through, Jacqui, and he says, how do you start without being in people's faces? And I think at this point, Jacqui, you can just begin to talk to us about customers. How do we reach them? I mean, my biggest beef is that I see flyers and promotions, but are they really getting to the customers? At times, I'm not even the customer who should be receiving that information. So as we take on Omondi's question of how do you start without being in people's faces, I have got Sheila. Sheila says, I so want to be in both your tribes. I love it. Thank you for joining.
Awesome.
Okay, let's go with Omondi's question. What are your thoughts on that?
I'll actually tie that into something. So I'll broaden that and answer it in a way that will give you more than just the question that you've asked. Yeah. But one of the things I think that we need to understand and really have at the forefront is your business is helping somebody. So your business is there to help someone make a difference, make their life easier, add convenience, add something. You know, if you're a life coach like Lucy, you're easing somebody's pain, you're giving them clarity, you're helping them understand themselves better, you're helping them live a better life, right? Whatever it is that you're selling, if you're selling shea butter, you're helping somebody's skin, you're helping somebody deal with eczema, you're helping somebody maybe deal with dandruff. Like whatever product that you have, whatever business you're in, you're selling ICT cabling services, you're helping somebody connect to the internet and do this in a neat way. And it's everything that you do in your business is to help and should be to make somebody's life better. Now, if there's a way you can reach more people and get your message to more people, how does that then become you being in their face? Like, that is not being in their face. You're helping make somebody's life better. You're adding whatever it is you're adding to their life. So how is that in their face? It tends to be a fear that when you put yourself out there, that you're being too much in your face, in the person's face. But if you're really there to offer value, like today, Lucy organizing this, she's giving value to you. She's not in your face. You've actually raised your hand and you're here spending your time with us, which we value, because you feel the value of what it is that we're offering. If we sat back and we said, I don't want to be in your face, I don't want to bug you, I don't want to keep sending you posts because I'm disturbing you, chances are you're now denying somebody who needs to hear what we're sharing today from hearing it. So it's never in the person's face. And the beauty about social media is the algorithm will figure out real quick if your audience is not interested in what you have to say, and they won't be shown, so it won't be in their face. So you have that as a filtering system anyway. But if somebody is engaging with your content, they need it. If somebody is clicking your posts and checking what you're posting, they need it. There's something there that's actually helping them understand something or make their lives better. So it's never in their face. What I recommend is that you take the action towards building like that fan base, towards building your tribe, because this is not something, it's called building a fan base for a reason. It's something you have to put brick by brick by brick by brick by brick. It's not something that happens by default, that you create a Facebook page and then you sit pretty and wait for people to find it. You have to put those bricks. So you really have to generate the content. You have to share this on your WhatsApp statuses. You have to send this on to your WhatsApp groups. You have to drive the traffic to this thing that you've created so that people can then come and so you can start to build your fan base. So it's important that you understand that you're not bothering people. You're not in their face. If they don't want to see your message, if they feel, some people may tell you, some will unsubscribe, some will just mute you, and that's okay. They're not ready to hear what you have to say. But you want to get to the one person whose life you're going to change with your products. And you don't want to deny them that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for that very clear explanation. And his next question, I would just like to add something to it. He says, I am all over Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. I'm so hungry to make the most impact. I just want to say something before Jacqui takes on that question. There's something that I realized, and it was an aha moment for me, maybe not for you. The aha moment was that when I'm on Instagram, there's a certain audience that is not there, and they're on Facebook. And there's one who's not there, they're on LinkedIn. And then I discovered the WhatsApp business. And when I'm looking at my WhatsApp status, I didn't know that existed. And now for me, it has become a social media platform for me that I use, and I use it very well. But the person who's on my WhatsApp platform or my status is not the same person who's on my LinkedIn, is not the same person who is on my Twitter. So before, I felt just like you, Omondi, and I thought that I was in their faces and I was on information overload. I realized that I was actually hitting out at different kind of audiences. Jacqui, what would you like to add there? He says, thanks, Jacqui. That is so reassuring. And yes, I have some valuable information to share. Is there anything you'd like to add?
So Omondi, first, thank you. I'm glad that you found that valuable. The thing that I would say, you've mentioned that you're on all these different platforms. The question I would like to really ask you is, who is your ideal customer?
Yes.
Because the fact that you're spreading yourself thin across all these platforms tells me that you don't know who your customer is. Because if you did, you'd know the platforms they're on and they're ones that they frequent. So as much as, let's say, case in point, Jacqui, I'm not on, I mean, I may have my presence on all of them. I'm not very active on all of them because I know where my niche is. I know where to find them. So where they are is where I'm more regular. So if somebody, let's say Omondi, you're looking to get, let's say, Jacqui, and you're busy posting across all these different platforms, you're spreading yourself thin. Because if you posted on YouTube, which I'm on a regular, and Facebook, which I manage on a regular, like you'll find me. You're not going to, most likely I'll catch up with your content. But if you're everywhere, you're the one who's going to get tired chasing the customer and you don't really know where they are because you don't really understand who they are. So the first exercise that I would give you is to really design who your ideal customer is. Decide not just their demographics, but their psychographics. So your demographics are things like their age, their nationality, their gender, their social status, and their psychographics are things around their personality, what they enjoy. If you're selling, let me give life coaching for Lucy. I'll use this as a coaching session on digital marketing as well. If I used Lucy as an example in her business on life coaching, people who she's looking to get, they're women. What are some of the things that you might find that these same women also do, Lucy? What, like for your niche, what do you find that they are also interested in?
I can even answer that right away. We can go into a live session.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I find that they are into agribusiness. This is what they're looking at. They're into hospitality. Like I said, my background is hospitality. So I have found agrobusiness. I have found hospitality. And the one that I found very exciting was homemakers. And what homemakers were doing in the space where their children are. So these are the three areas that I am beginning to research even more about so that I can lend a lot of value.
Okay. And then what age group do they fall under?
Now, my age group is quite wide. It's from 35 years of age, we go up to 55.
Okay. Where do majority of them lie?
Majority of them lie between 40 and 45.
Okay. And what stage are they in their life? Are they married, divorced, parents? Like what stage are they in their lives when they come to ask for help from you?
Parents. Parents is the one area that is a sweet spot. They're parents.
Okay. And where do they spend most of their time how do they get their news? What platform are they using most of the time?
Their smartphones.
What social media platform are they on?
On Facebook.
Okay. Any other one?
Facebook, and then for their professional, they're on LinkedIn. Sorry, guys, this is for you just to learn the lesson here, and I'm accepting to be guinea pig.
Yeah, it's actually a powerful thing even for anybody else who needs to understand this, and then you'll see how this plays out in the end. So Lucy's ideal customer is a female between the age of 40 and 45, probably professional. Does she work or does she stay at home?
This is now where I have an in-between, but most of them are working.
Okay. So her ideal customer is this lady who's working. She's between 40 and 45. She's a parent. She's into agribusiness, hospitality, making her home look beautiful, parenting better. She spends most of her time on Facebook and on LinkedIn.
Yes.
So what if you look at that, and I can almost guess, if I told you to recommend for Lucy where she should be focusing her attention and where she should be creating content, what platform or platforms would you recommend that she does this? Put this in the chat. Let's hear from you.
And while they're putting it in the chat, we are recognizing Koshi Carolina. She says, my first time, this is really awakening call. Thank you for joining us, Koshi. We do this every Tuesday, and we do hope you can be joining us. Also, drop in the chat what it is you'd love to hear about. We will be so happy to just bring it to you and entwine it with life lessons. So Koshi, that is you, asante sana. Victor Kamau says, hi, Lucy Omondi. It's not only women. Victor, hi, Lucy. You mentored me in school. Whoa, Victor Kamau, the DJ. Oh, yes. Hi, Victor. I just started a clothing brand, Mavazi. Oh, then you're in the right place for digital marketing, because this is about leveraging your business. And I've been doing in-person selling. I have social media pages. Help me understand how to get to the customer, get engagement. Someone told me to sponsor my page. Are there things I should know before I do that? Thank you. Oh, great. So, I mean, for you, Jacqui, powerful question, Momondi and Victor. Now, why is it the guy is only asking the questions? But go ahead, Jacqui. Go ahead.
Yeah, so based on what we were discussing earlier, the best places for Lucy to leverage are Facebook and LinkedIn. So exactly. I would literally start.
Lady B, well done. Lady B said Facebook and LinkedIn. Rosemary has said Instagram.
Okay, so let me tell you now where the lesson is in that. I would recommend that Lucy creates like a blog which she can then share either as articles on LinkedIn and also on Facebook. And I think it's important that if your potential clients are also on LinkedIn, whenever you're having these sessions, you should promote them on LinkedIn as well. Now, in order for Lucy to be effective and still run a business and still have a family and still take care of herself, if she tried to create content for every single platform out there. So if she was on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, she's busy tweeting, and at the same time, she's hosting, she's doing her LinkedIn, and she's got a YouTube channel, she would have to take from somewhere else. So that means she'd have to compromise something, whether it's her family life, her health, her business, and you don't want to do that. You want to focus your efforts where your customers are. So if they're on Facebook and they're on LinkedIn and you've identified that, then that's where you should be channeling, like doing what works. The reason Michael Jordan is so good he was so good at playing basketball wasn't because he couldn't try and play other sports. And I think he tried to play baseball for a short period of time. It's because he doubled down on what he was good at. He didn't take what he was not good at, playing golf, and then he starts trying to become better at playing golf.
Hearing that. Omondi, can you hear? In fact, Omondi's come back right now. Jacqui, sorry to cut you short.
Before we go to Omondi, you'll tell me about that. But it's important that you double down on what you're good at. Double down on the things that work. In our education, a lot of the times we were taught that if you're weak in maths, that's where you focus your attention. I think if you're weak in maths and strong in sciences, focus on the sciences. Yes, don't lose maths, continue to learn your maths, but why don't you double down on the thing that you're really brilliant at so that you can be the best, person in that particular field. If you're really great at art, at design, and you are not very great at physics, double down on art and give us masterpieces, because there's somebody else who's really good at physics and you'll never be able to compete with them because it comes out of their pores. And they'll never be able to compete with you in art because it comes out of your pores. So you be good at what the thing that you're really good at, double down on it. And it's the same thing with social media. If your customers are on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, double down on those two places. That's where you can get the most. That's where no one will beat you. So even for Victor, where he's saying, how do I leverage? How do I build? Understand who your customer is. And that's why I did the exercise with Lucy, so that you can understand the questions. Like, what should you be asking yourself? Who are your customers? What stage are they in their lives when they're coming to Mavazi to order clothing? Are they looking for something to go out partying? Are they looking for something for a wedding or an event? If it's an event, what can you leverage on? Are there people? That's when you even start coming up with things like, if it's events, what does somebody who goes for an event end up doing? They need to go to the salon to look pretty. They need probably a photographer if they're the ones organizing the event. Can you put your presence where salons are? Because chances are the people going for those events will need to get their hair and their nails done. So you can leverage a partnership there, because now you know who you're targeting, which is why it's so important for you to know who you're targeting, as opposed to you just trying to broadcast your message out there and try to reach everybody and dilute your efforts and not really reach the people who need what you're offering.
Oh, wow. Wow. This is amazing. I mean, and Omondi now is on fire. I think he's on fire right now.
Omondi, tell me more.
And he goes and he says, it makes sense. Who is my ideal customer? And Victor, also the message is for you. And for all of us who are quiet and would rather listen and take in the nuggets, she's dropping them one after the other. Guys, I hope you are just holding on to them. And Lady B says, Jacqui, you are a breath of fresh air, always dropping the gems. Asante Sana, thank you so much, Lady B. And she just that. Yeah. So Omondi then comes and says, I am a hotelier with a passion for the hospitality in my blood. Now we are speaking. You and I, one tribe. Eh? You're a life coach. Wow. Okay. You're a sales insurance advisor. Okay. There now, you know, we part ways. Eh? Right. You are a sales insurance advisor. And in a big way, you are now a network marketing professional. Where? Clearly, you and I need to have a conversation. Find each other. That's what we need to do, because collaboration and partnership is so important in today's world. We can do something together. Omondi, I'm so happy. You're the one who is the breath of fresh air on this session today. Asante Sana. Sheila says, taking...
1 second, Lucy.
Yeah.
Just before we go to Sheila, so we can make sure we answer Victor's question, because he had asked about boosting his posts, sponsoring his page.
Yes, and whether you pay for it. Yes, what were your thoughts?
Yeah,
yes.
So what I would recommend is, Lucy, if you could share that link again to the webinar that I have. It's an hour and 15 minutes of real gems on how to go about doing your social media marketing effectively. Because even if you sponsor your page and you get a lot of people who will engage with it, if you haven't done the foundation right, then you're not doing it in the right way. You know, it's like building a house with a cracked foundation. It will eventually topple over and it will have cost you money. So before you sponsor any posts, I would recommend that you attend that web class, because I really give you a framework that you can use to decide before you get to that point, because there are ways in which you do it and it ends up costing you money. And I don't want you to make those mistakes. So there's that link that Lucy is going to share in the chat section. Make time tomorrow or, you know, early in the morning or this evening and just attend it. And you'll get the full length of breadth of what to do before you decide to sponsor your
so much.
page.
I mean, that's really kind of you. Those are the free webinars, and I'll be sharing that contact. And Lady B actually just asks, what's your take on sponsorship? I think Lady B, Jacqui has just answered that question. What is the take on sponsorship? It's about your foundation. If you don't get your foundation right, you're going nowhere.
Yeah, like if you sorry, Lady B, if you haven't figured out your customer, because even if you sponsor your ad, you're going to be asked to select your audience. If you haven't figured out who your audience is going to be, then you pick the wrong people, or you try and spread yourself across multiple people. Yeah, you'll be paying more for those ads and not getting the results you want. That's when a lot of people come to me and they're like, I've been posting and I get people who like my post, and then I get people who write to me, hi, you know, HAE and XAXA, XASA, and you know, you're selling coaching, life coaching services. So you want to get your audience right. You want to get your offer right. If you haven't designed your offer well, then you now have the right person to buy your product, but you have the wrong product, you have the wrong offer. So you're not able to demonstrate the value that this offer provides. So when I talk about foundation, those are the things. The language, the way you talk to them, how do you get their attention? How do you pattern interrupt? You know, like how is somebody scrolling? Because let me tell you, no one goes onto Facebook or Instagram to look for ads, right? So how do you make sure you interrupt the pattern to get them to click your thing because it's of interest? Because remember, they're not going there to look for your thing, right? No. So you have to make sure you understand how to speak in a language and how to craft your messages in a way that gets their attention. So all these are things that I talk about during the webinar, and I share more around it and I give you examples. But it's important that you get these right. Otherwise, you'll just be going, you might as well just be lighting your notes on fire because you're just going there to lose money.
Foundation. Jacqui, thank you so much. We've actually come to the end of our hour, and this has been exciting. I know it has been really exciting, but we're not going away with whatever tips it is that I have picked. I have been writing in red on my notebook. I have not been using any smartphone to do that. And the first thing when she came in and she was talking about leveraging business, I'm just going to read off my notes. And she said something very profound: as long as you know how to sell. Yeah. And then you go ahead. Yes, Lady B, it's done. It's done. I know she's saying, no, yes, it's done. The hour is done. But like she has said, she does have a free webinar, which you can go on to, and you are just going to get gems and gems, because I will not be there. I will not be distracting you. It will just be you and Jacqui, you know, doubling down on the good stuff. Anyway, so she talked about knowing what it is that knowing how to sell. Because by the time you're going to sell something, you already know this product and you're able to sell it, and you need to have your goals. What is it that you're hoping to achieve by selling this product? And you need to also get comfortable in taking action. You need to get comfortable, because it's a very uncomfortable thing. It's something that you need to be comfortable with. I loved when she talked about customers, and she talked about the feature, the benefits, and the value, because we all have these features, and we like to say, like now, Victor, I've got clothes, mavazi. What is the value that you're offering your customer? So who is your ideal customer? She took us through a session using me as a guinea pig, and I loved it, Jacqui. I mean, you were right bang. My digital marketing canvas grabs that buyer persona exactly the way you have explained her. So clearly, you know your stuff, and I'm so happy that you were a choice for us to come on to Tuesday Talks at 3. However, she gave a few tips. And one of the tips she gave was, go to the mirror in the morning and tell yourself 10 times that I love me, that you love yourself 10 times, and see what it does for you. Number 2, take action. Take action, guys. You know, practice, put it to use. She gave the analogy of that outfit in the cupboard that you bought, you don't wear. What are you doing? So you've been on this session. What are you going to start doing now? What are you going to stop doing now? Monday, I'm speaking to you. What are you going to stop doing now so that you can start doing something else? You got to say no to something to say yes to something. Number 3, know your customer. As we've gone through, that was powerful. Really, really powerful. And I loved when she talked about demo and psychographics, but doubling down is what took it away from me. Doubling down on what you're good at, guys. I know it may sound frustrating, and we've got all these avenues today. We're being encouraged to be touching this and touching the other, but double down on one thing and you're sure to get it right. Even in your darkest hour, if I poked you, you would just get up and sell that thing to me with such passion that you will create a need in me. Now, the others about the right offer is important, but I'm very sure we can welcome Jacqui on another show where she can take us through putting the right offer out there. I like the fact that she's encouraging us to create once and post everywhere, so that we're not just all the time spending on creating content, but using our time more wisely. And for the advice that she gives me, blog articles on Facebook and LinkedIn, definitely I'm taking you up on that one. We have to be teachable, guys. When somebody is sharing with you their expertise, be teachable. So to you, Feby, I'm happy that you will be going back to Jacqui, that you're ready now. To you, Omondi, you say, oh my, that was on fire. Thanks, Lucy and Jacqui. Galore, as always. So guys, you need to get onto that webinar. We have come to the end of our session.
Oh yeah, just before Yeah, just 1 second before we log out. So another thing that I do on a regular basis, and I'll be blowing up my YouTube channel because that's an area that I've found I love to do videos, and I'm able to share a lot of gems with you like this, like in video format. So I have a YouTube channel. It's Jacqui Mwangi. So how to spell Jacqui is Jacqui, and then Mwangi is Mwangi. So if you search that on YouTube, you'll be able to see my channel. Subscribe. Every week I'll post a video that will be there to help you, like on digital marketing. When I travel, I usually like get all these ideas and I start to create a video on my phone while walking in the morning. So I share all those things with you, and you can learn more around how to use digital marketing to get customers online, build your brand, get partnerships, and everything that you need to scale your business.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I want to honor everybody who joined us today and for engaging with us. You see, you are not just giving me love hearts and thumbs, you are engaging. And this is what Jacqui is encouraging me to be going for. Not so much the likes, but for the engagement, because then it shows that somebody is interested, and whatever it is I'm offering, they are buying, even if it's just starting in the mind first. Things happen in two places. It happens here and it happens in reality. Jacqui, thank you, thank you, thank you. I loved the energy. I'm going to look for a cup of tea now as I just bring it down. So guys, we say goodbye to Jacqui. We say thank you so much.